Di buenas nga adlaw sa tanan and welcome to Spoken Cebuano with Ares. Whether you've been learning Cebuano and built up a solid vocabulary but still struggle to follow conversations, or you are a complete beginner and new to this language, either way, you are in the right place. Here, I teach Cebuano as it is genuinely spoken in everyday conversations. I've also authored books available on Amazon that can help you and support you with your language learning. Now, one of the biggest challenges I've noticed teaching spoken Cebuano is that many learners don't get enough guidance on how different sentence structures are actually used in real spoken Cebuano conversations. And that is the main focus of today's video. So follow along. Okay guys, so let's start. So spoken Cebuano sentence structures, we have three that we will be learning today. The first one is the subject, verb, object, SVO, verb, subject, object, VSO, and verb, object, subject, VOS. Alright, so you can use the acronyms to easily remember each structure. Now, since we are learning about sentence structures, let's return to the basics to build a strong foundation. So what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that gives a complete idea. It must make sense by itself and has, not all the time, but usually, subject, verb, and object. So let's go to each one. Subject. In our example here, we will use Maria is eating a banana. So the doer of the action is called the subject. In our sentence, the subject is Maria. She is the one doing the eating. The verb, the action or state of being. So here, the action that Maria is doing is eating. Therefore, eating is our verb. And the last one, object, the receiver of the action. So in our example, Maria is eating a banana. So banana is the receiver of the action of Maria or being eaten. Right, so now that we discussed that, and hopefully that is clear, we will go back now to the Cebuano, spoken Cebuano sentence structures. Right, so here, before we can practice and work with the different structures of Cebuano sentences, I would like to let you know that the example sentences that we will be using today are all in actor focus. Now, Cebuano has different sentence voices or focuses, which is an advantage in my opinion because it provides flexibility in communication. It allows the speaker to emphasize different parts of the sentences, and also depending on what you want to highlight, whether it is the actor or the doer of the action, which is what we are going to discuss today, or the object. Now the other focuses or voices, that's the other term used for that, I will be explaining that in other videos so that we don't overload with information today. Okay, so remember, we are using sentences today which is in actor focus, meaning emphasizing the doer of the action or the subject. So, spoken Cebuano, we have here the same example earlier. Maria is eating a banana. When we translate that to Cebuano, we will say, si Maria nagkaon og saging. Alright, si Maria nagkaon og saging. Now, you're probably wondering, where is si coming from? Yeah, because our English sentence here is Maria is eating a banana. So si is a subject marker used before names or proper nouns in actor-focused sentences to indicate the sentence subject. So we place the word si before a specific name. In our sentence here, the name is Maria. So we say si Maria. I also added a pronunciation guide here for those of you who would like to practice. So si Maria nagkaun og saging. So si is placed before Maria. So try to remember that. It is a subject marker used before names. Now, if you look at our example, again, si Maria nagkaun. So how did we end up with nagkaun here? Nag actually, guys, is a prefix. Now, what is a prefix? A prefix is a group of letters or syllables added to the beginning of a word or root word to modify its meaning. So, nag indicates an ongoing action, similar to the ing in English. So, example, you have the word run, you add the ing, it will then be a continuous action meaning running or walking. So here, the verb kaon, eat, becomes nagkaon when the prefix nag is added, indicating that the action of eating is ongoing. So this should be one word actually. So in the example, si Maria nagkaon og saging. It translates to Maria is eating a banana. So when you add nag to any verb, base form of the verb, it switches it or it modifies that action into an ongoing action. Okay? And the last one is og. Og functions like the words a, and, or some in English, indicating a non-specific object being acted upon. So it introduces the object of the verb in a sentence. In this example, og introduces saging or banana, a non-specific object. So a banana is just a banana. So it's not a particular banana. That's what it meant here when it is saying indefinite object. Okay? So si Maria nagkaon og saging. Og marks an indefinite object. Alright? The object in a sentence where it is the receiver of the action. So I hope that is clear. Right, so finally, we are going to take a look at our example and switch them around into this different sentence structure. I would like to inform you that even if we switch the subject, verb, object, or we change the structure of the Cebuano sentence, it doesn't change the translation. When we are using this in Cebuano conversation, for example, Maria is eating a banana, even if we switch or we start with the verb, it is still the same sentence or meaning that we are trying to convey. Okay? The first one, the subject, verb, object, or SVO. So here, the subject comes first, followed by the verb, then the object. So our example is si Maria nagkaon og saging. Si Maria, subject, nagkaon, verb, og saging. Translation is the same. Maria is eating a banana. Now we have the VSO. This is a common structure in spoken Cebuano conversations. Actually, when somebody is asking you a question, like for example, what is Maria doing? So for me, and for majority of the people in Cebu or the native speakers, we won't actually start with si Maria nagkaon og saging or Maria is eating a banana. The common answer is we start with the verb. So we would say nagkaon si Maria og saging. It starts with the verb nagkaon followed by subject Maria and then object og saging or a banana. And the last one, this is also common. And it depends on which one you actually is more comfortable in using. So here, the verb um, comes first, then followed by the object and the subject. So the sentence structure would be nagkaon og saging si Maria. Again, the translation is exactly the same. Right, so those are the three different sentence structure that is very common in spoken Cebuano. Now, the first one is probably what you've been learning because this is the standard for writing. But VSO and VOS, this is something that you can practice. And you can also try to listen to Cebuano conversations and try to figure out the sentence structure that is commonly used. And I guarantee you, you will hear these structures. This is all of this actually is very common, especially the last two. For written and the books, the first one is what you will find the most for Cebuano books or online as well when you are researching for Cebuano materials for learning. Okay, so let's have a look at another example. I have here a verb. So in English verb would be read, and that is basa in Cebuano. So I put the stress here on how to pronounce it for you if you would prefer that to be guided. So the first one, the sentence is Juan is reading a book. Okay, so if we translate that to Cebuano sentence, that would be with the SVO, si Juan nagbasa og libro. Si Juan nagbasa og libro. Now let's do the VSO, verb, subject, object. Nagbasa si Juan og libro. Nagbasa si Juan og libro. So here we start with the verb, reading, subject, Juan, and a book for our object. The last structure is VOS, verb, object, subject. Nagbasa og libro si Juan. Nagbasa og libro si Juan. Verb, reading, a book, the object, followed by the doer, si Juan. Don't forget, the sentence is in actor focus, meaning the focus here is the doer, which is Juan. Another example, we use the verb inom or drink. Yeah? Inom. I have also here the stress for you to be guided on how to pronounce the word. The sentence is Sarah is drinking coffee. Sarah is drinking coffee. Now I chose this sentence without the a, an, or some because I would like to emphasize that even though in English translation, if you don't see the a here, but the coffee or the object is an indefinite object and it is in actor focus, when you translate that to Cebuano, og is still necessary. So SVO, standard for written, subject, verb, object, si Sarah nag-inom og kape. Si Sarah nag-inom og kape. Then we have VSO, verb, subject, object, nag-inom si Sarah og kape. Nag-inom si Sarah og kape. Here, drinking, the verb, comes first, followed by the doer, si Sarah, og kape, the object. And the last one is VOS, verb, object, subject, nag-inom og kape si Sarah. Nag-inom og kape si Sarah. So the verb comes first, drinking, followed by the object og kape, si Sarah, the doer. All right? Okay guys, so to wrap up, in today's video, we discuss SVO, VSO and VOS, the three different structures that you need to practice if you want to master the natural flow of spoken Cebuano. We also discuss nag, si, and ug. And I would like to share with you that my book titled Spoken Cebuano Nag can be found on Amazon. So please check it out. Thank you so much for watching. You may subscribe, like, comment, and share. So, daghan kaayong salamat mga bisda kitang tanan pag-amping. Bye!